King Arthur's Disasters is a British animated series which first aired on CITV. The series was co-created by Paul Parks and Will Ashurst. The series follows and depicts attempts by King Arthur, assisted by the wizard Merlin, to woo the beautiful self-obsessed Princess Guinevere. Due to the popularity of the show, it was picked up for a second series which began transmission on CITV from the 6th of November 2005. Both were executive produced by Genevieve Dexter. King Arthur's Disasters was the highest-rated new CITV show during spring 2005. It regularly achieved an audience share of over 20% of kids, and it regularly won its time slot against CBBC. In 2006, the show was nominated for a Children's BAFTA for Best Animation, however lost to The Amazing Adrenalini Brothers. It currently airs on Pop in the UK. Story: Princess Guinevere requests a certain object or animal, a being which she apparently desperately wants or truly has need of. Arthur accepts in return for her agreed hand in marriage. Arthur, usually accompanied by Merlin, will set off on a quest which sometimes included other people to gain the item required. He will be beset by numerous dangers before finally reaching his goal. However, something will always ruin it or its effects, and Guinevere will never be pleased, or if she is, soon after she will be displeased. The enemies to the king are his two rebellious knights, Sir Lancelot and Sir Martin, who constantly quarrel between each other but share the king as a common enemy. Characters: the show uses a stock series of characters drawn from the popular reception of the Arthurian legend, and whose most notable features demonstrate the influences of 20th century, rather than medieval, incarnations of the knights. The main recurring characters are Arthur, the eponymous king whose disasters provide the main plot motivation; Guinevere, the archetypal bored princess whom her creators describe as the Paris Hilton of her generation. While having no intentions of actually marrying Arthur, she uses her hold over him to will him into finding her the things she desires: water from the fountain of youth, a winter palace, a golden bear, and so on. In the later episodes, however, she really starts to love Arthur. Guinevere is so self-absorbed sometimes she doesn't even notice Arthur's absence. Merlin, Arthur's only faithful servant, whose bumbling manner might hide a devious, brilliant mind, or might not. Lancelot, Arthur's first knight, who resembles nothing so much as a fusion of James Bond and Terry Thomas. Holding a grudge since a childhood dispute, Lancelot seeks any occasion to rid himself of Arthur and usurp a vacant throne, a trope which leads him to heartily encourage Arthur's more perilous quests, and recalls Steve Barron's Merlin TV series, transferring the adultery theme to a more child-friendly comic equivalent. Lady M is King Arthur's cunning older sister. She is claimed to live in France. Unknown to Arthur, her brother, she is also the famous Sir Margaret, who is liked by townsfolk. She does things for the benefit of the townsfolk as seen in Glass Rose. She has come to Arthur and Guinevere's rescues a couple of times in a few episodes as Sir Margaret. She made her first appearance in the episode Glass Rose. Robin Hood, a cheery denizen of the forest who serves as antagonist to Arthur since an encounter with the singing oak tree and the ruse of the cunning pig. While technically speaking an anachronism, the inclusion of Robin Hood is not without precedent in Arthurian films, since Nathan Duran's Siege of the Saxons included a Robin-esque character, and the backdating of Robin places him within broadly the same time period as Creation de Troyes was writing his Arthurian legends. His voice was based on Tony Blackburn. Sir Martin, a deliberately anachronistic insertion into the legend, perhaps an homage to Akira Kurosawa, whose Seven Samurai present a similarity with Occidental medieval knights. Splag, Arthur's only loyal knight, who is a stocky brute capable of only monosyllabic grunts. Alan Arthur's Horse. Episodes. Series 1, Series 2, International broadcasts.